that, hey, are you going to be going on the trip? Are you like this
What
with
trip?
the choir?
Aren't they going to Italy? Or were
That's
they, no, they're going to
something more we
Caribbean.
need to
See?
They're going to like the Caribbean.
Oh yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
not.
Well,
I'm
we
not
need
going
to
on the
know.
trip.
Oh,
You're not going on the
that's
cruise?
Too bad.
No.
That was pretty definite.
Well, I was not
There
invited. I wasn't
seemed to
invited
not-
on the cruise.
There was no wavering in his voice at all. Are you going on the cruise? No.
So
think
now
he's-
you
were
see
you
the
not
adversity
invited?
between the
Mad.
music and drama is already starting to show.
Yeah, I feel a tug. I feel like we need
That
to
was
have.
just his acting voice.
We need to have.
I think we need to have Jan and David on together.
Right.
I'm not
We can do
feeling
some
any love between them right
counterpoint.
now. Really. There used to be such camaraderie between the music and drama, and now there was no spring feed, and no, I'm not going on the trip.
Spring feed.
That
Feed.
was only.
That's a throwback to your egg roots.
Hey, Kent feed.
There you go.
Do you feel the love with me at all? The sheep feed and all that?
do.
No. Okay, I'm not going to bring up that trip
No,
again. Good grief.
I
We'll talk about speech some more. You're going to be all grouchy.
When is this trip? See, I don't know.
I'm not going to bring it up.
Details from you.
So it's Italy, huh?
No,
it's the Caribbean.
Oh, Caribbean. When are they doing this?
See, now you're not so grouchy. You want
I'm
to be
not.
on a
I'm
cruise
trying
and
to-
be in the sun,
I
don't
have a
you?
better attitude here.
I
I'm going to
think
storm
it's
off
like
this.
spring break. Yeah, he's been wanting to like throw his stuff and storm out of here since
Wanna
the
do something
very
dramatic.
beginning. That's why we wanted you on. You are dramatic. You're supposed to be dramatic.
Yeah.
But we want to talk about speech a little bit
Okay.
because you're teaching speech.
am.
Again, it's a very hostile subject for these
It
advisors.
is. People want to avoid it
I know they
at
do.
every cost. I always tell them to fight that intuition because they may learn something in your class that helps them in their other courses. Because in other
right.
classes, they'll just have to spontaneously stand up.
And that's becoming more and more the case. People want group activity and group involvement and
Right, and
gotta-
yeah, no matter what career you're going into, yeah, public speaking is an important thing. And they survey companies. One of the main things they look for in people they hire is communication skills. So no matter what your qualifications are, if you can't go into an interview and express your ideas,
Can anyone become a great public speaker?
let's go with yes.
Okay, good.
After David's class.
Yay! After. That's right.
You know, everyone's going to develop their own speaking style, and everyone can get to where they can organize their thoughts and give a speech. So and communicate what a message is. So anyone can do that, yeah, and it's an important skill to develop. So that's what's great about my classes, because even if you don't want like theater or speech, it's going to help you in no matter what you do in life. Theater is the same way.
So you shared a tip earlier. You said that to be prepared will help. Is there anything else that you tell your students?
For public speaking,
So that
For
when
life.
you're up there and you're getting
For
nervous
life.
and you black out and you think you're going to faint and you can't think straight.
well,
Well,
we
they're
we
prepared.
do a whole section on how to help alleviate the anxiety, and it has to do with relaxation, visualization. Biggest thing is still preparation, and especially in public speaking, we learn how to do a speech outline, and really if you take the time and organize your thoughts into a really good outline, that's 90% of it. Because then you get up to speak, if you follow your outline, you can't really go wrong. So, and we try to get a good supportive group in a classroom too, so that when you get up to speak in this class, it's safe and you're not worried about what anyone's going to say or do. So hopefully we're creating that environment too. So it gives them the opportunity to have the opportunity to speak a few times without that kind of pressure.
What are the different kinds of speeches that students are expected to give in your class?
In my class, we do 5 formal speeches, actually. We do what's called a brown bag speech, which is what we're doing right now in class. We started those today.
what's
No,
that mean?
tell me more.
A brown bag speech is it's a really good speech. It's kind of an introductory speech, and it's a great speech because it kind of writes itself. And basically they bring in a brown bag, and in that brown bag is 5 items that they would take with them if they're deserted or stranded on a deserted island. And so you can kind of tell it as a narrative if you want, or you don't have to. And so you kind of get your circumstances of why you're on the island is the first thing you have to do, and then you preview your items, and then you kind of pull each item out and talk about that item and why you have it on the island and describe it, and that's kind of the speech. And then you end it by saying how you get off the island and all that stuff.
I want to do
That's
that.
fun. I like
So
that.
you want to come do a guest speech someday?
Someday. Give me time.
It'll be next semester now. You're too late for this semester.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, okay. Darn, I have
Darn
to
it.
prepare.
And then we'll do an informative speech, a persuasive speech, a demonstration speech. And then at the end, if we have time, we'll do a special occasion speech.
Like
wedding
a wedding
toast.
A wedding toast or introducing somebody, giving an award, something like that. Yeah, what's
that
called a
sounds like
special occasion
fun.
More people need to know how to give the wedding
toast.
toast. Really?
Agreed.
Yeah.
Those are always so tacky and nasty. More people should be coached on how to do that.
And then the last thing we might do, this is another one, I don't know if we're going to have time, is an impromptu, which is like they don't get any time to prepare.
Like this show.
Like this, yeah, well, they'll give you a topic. So if you could have any 3 people to dinner, who would they be? And then you'd get like 2 minutes and have to come up and speak.
You know, that and the brown bag, we just talk about that at like family dinners. We're like, okay, so if you had only 5 CDs, what would you take?
Right, and that's why this is a great first formal speech, because it's way more familiar to them and something they've probably done before.
You just talked about your play. We do at dinner at home, the little boys have to do what was your rose and what was your thorn today. So they have to think about their day, and they have to think about what was good about it and what was bad about it. And I do that because I want them to be able to organize that thought, and I want them to be able to sit down and tell us what was good, what was bad, and why. And I just think
it's really
that's
good for them
practice.
to always have both. Even if they're having a really bad day, there's still the rose there, too. So that's a good
Right.
idea.
My dad had my daughter memorize a nursery rhyme, and then we'll just be at random places, and he'll say to her, okay, are you ready? You're going to recite Hickory Dickory Dock, and she'll get up there and, you know,
do
just
her
trying to
little-
work on that. That's good.
The ability to memorize and say things, and to say it to strangers or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially have nightmares at night.
Make her sing too, okay? See, it's all that singing I had to do. Well, you know, the Chad, I'm still in therapy over that, so let's move on.
Wow.
Chad is flicking the lights. So, see, David, the time, it goes by so
Just
quickly.
flew by.
It flew by.
We'll have to have you back on with Jan
Yeah, that would be good.
so that
I think we need to clear up the ticket situation.
we will.
We
So
do.
we'll
If-
cover that. We'll talk
Okay,
about that.
but let's just say that we had a one-time viewer and they really want to go to the play. Should they call the 6001 number?
They can
Or should they?
Joe will be so
Which
flustered.
number?
call
Or
the
will it be online?
6037 number. That's mine.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, that's
And I will
Did
try
you
to
hear
find
the
out
Say that whole thing one more time. The whole number.
the whole number. It's 563
This is like a
288
quiz to see if David knows
288
his number.
6037.
Okay.
And he will give you accurate, and you can put that on your voicemail, so you can even
Can we
say
get that
for
number on the
tickets
screen?
to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
next
So
show.
right.
Yes.
I need to find that. I'll find that out and get the information.
And Erin will have it on the MCC Facebook page. So we'll have that information on the website, on David's voicemail, and you can get to that play. And if you want to audition, we'll have information about that. It's all good. So,
Did we
David,
get that number?
Chad will get it.
On the
Chad-
screen, though, isn't it
Chad's
supposed to
all
show
about
up?
it. He's been really busy wiping off his monitor with our rug. I've noticed that. And I'm sure people right now are just in a tither because the green rug is gone. And I'll fill David in later, but Chad's been dusting with it during the show, and I'm a little bit disturbed about that too. So if I get
a
through
lot of
this
angry
episode
feelings.
and get to the next episode, it'll be a miracle. So please stay tuned and see what happens on the next episode of Fuel Your Mind TV. Thank you.